Hello everybody, welcome to what is likely going to be the first video on Feliciano Tech's Garage. Today we're doing a moto vlog. In a couple days is going to be Veterans Day. So I thought for Veterans Day, why not go take a visit to Tribute Park in Rockaway, Queens, New York City. Tribute Park is a park that was created to honor and tribute the events of 9/11 and the Twin Towers. And on my way there, I figured I would talk about why this is important to me, why I do these kind of trips, and why Veterans Day is important to me. So for anyone who doesn't know me, I am a 8-year veteran of the U.S. Navy, and 9/11 in particular has been very important to me, and is actually the reason why I ended up joining the military in the first place. So all the way back in September of 2001, I was a wee little 10-year-old in 5th grade, and I remember 9/11. I remember that day, and I remember how I felt. I remember all the kids being taken out of class. I remember going home and watching the news and seeing the buildings go down, and being kind of afraid, but not just afraid. I would say being shocked, really. Shocked that it was the first time, 9/11 was the first time that it occurred to me that the United States was vulnerable. You know, everything that we read about in textbooks for history, all of that stuff was always other countries, you know, other places, all those war-torn countries, not the United States. And 9/11, as a little kid, kind of opened my eyes to the fact that, no, things can happen here, we can be attacked here, and, you know, we need people protecting us, people to make us safe. So I remember going to sleep that night, staring at the ceiling, trying to figure out what's going on. You know, what's going on in life? Why is this happening? How is this going to affect me? And honestly, through the years after that, not long after that, oh, this is a stop sign on the highway. That's never fun. Yeah, so not long after that is when I kind of got it in my head that one day when I get older, I want to be in uniform. I want to be someone who protects others. Sorry, gonna come over here real quick. Yeah, and I just never knew what that was going to be. You know, it could have been police officer, firefighter, military. I had no clue. And it wasn't until many, many years later, through one of my friends from high school, he actually joined the U.S. Navy, and I would go to the recruiting station just to hang out with him, spend time with him, see what it's like. The military's always been interesting to me, even though I didn't particularly think I was going to join then, and you know, right there and then. But it was always something that interested me. But anyway, ended up joining and spent 8 years of my life working with the U.S. Navy. In particular, I did what was called cyber warfare. So, didn't have wasn't boots on the ground with a gun or anything like that you might think. I wasn't even on the ship, believe it or not. I got to work in a nice, fancy building in Virginia, working on computers and for the U.S. Navy, both offensive and defensive, hacking, software, security, all that kind of stuff. But yeah, so I have a history with the military. I'm really, really proud of my service. I actually sometimes I wish I stayed in longer. Sometimes I'm happier with my decision to get out. So, you know, it changes depending upon my mood, I guess. But this is why, looking back, 9/11 is so important to me, because first of all, it's impactful to my country, it's impactful to my state and my city that I was born and raised in New York City. But also, it ended up creating a big point in my life and in my career, and ended up dictating where I went with my career. So 9/11 is very, very important to me. It's currently November 2020 right now, you know, the year that everybody loves, 2020. So this next September 11th that comes up in 2021 will be the 20th anniversary of 9/11, which is a big deal in itself. Something that I'm hoping to be able to go to ground zero for and I wouldn't celebrate is probably not the right word, but take in Ground Zero and the moment and everything next year. But as I said, for this year, I'm headed towards Tribute Park right now, where we're gonna go and check out how it is. I'm gonna take some pictures, some video, see what's going on over there. Alright, fast forwarding a little bit, before we get to Tribute Park, considering this is going to be my first motovlog published to YouTube, kind of wanted to go over what my philosophy is going to be for these motovlogs and why I'm doing them in the first place. So, traveling, you know, the country, meeting all these different people, everybody always asks, oh, how's the Empire State Building, how's the Statue of Liberty, all this cool stuff that all these tourists care about New York City, right? And there's a common joke in New York City that New Yorkers don't do those things. That's a tourist thing. Actual New Yorkers don't go to see the Empire State Building. Actual New Yorkers don't go to the World Trade Center. And I think that's sad. I think that's absolutely sad. You should definitely be doing those things. And not just New Yorkers going to those places, but whatever is important to you wherever you live. You know, I believe in people exploring and adventuring in their own neck of the woods and seeing what's out there. I think it's fun. It's a great way to learn your own town, your own city, and why not? So these motovlogs, the whole point for me is going to be doing just that. There's there's the tourist places, but obviously I'm not bringing a motorcycle to the Empire State Building. That's just not happening. First of all, I can't go inside, but even on the outside, I just don't feel like parking around this. It's not going to work. But there it is. However, there's a lot of what I like to call hidden gems all over the place in every city and town, not just mine, not just New York, that I feel like enough people don't look at, don't take advantage of. And I think Tribute Park is one of them. I bet you there's many New Yorkers that don't know Tribute Park exists here in Rockaway. You know, no offense to anyone who lives in Rockaway, but there's many people who don't have the best view of Rockaway and the neighborhood, right? But no matter what you may feel about it, who would have known such a beautiful, great place such as Tribute Park could be in Rockaway? And that's going to be the point of these motovlogs, is to go and visit memorials, statues, all these little places that some people have worked hard to put together, funded, and all that many people don't actually know about, and help you discover those places. And it's not just going to be within New York City or even New York State, but I'll be going out to Jersey, Connecticut, and just going all over the place and kind of seeing what's out there. I'm riding on a Sportster, on the Iron 883, so I don't really see me going, you know, 5 states over or anything like that, being too doable because my ass already hurts on a 40-minute trip. But I'll be doing my best to go uncover these hidden gems and take you all along with me. We can learn about these places together. Speaking of which, I'm already in Rockaway. Still headed towards Tribute Park. Google Maps says, what, 12 minutes away? So still a little bit of a trip, but almost there. I will say, I don't think I've actually ever been to this part of Rockaway on a vehicle before. Typically, whenever when I was younger, I'd come out to Rockaway, it would be on the A train, which I think is that right over there. I'll go with my mother to Rockaway Beach. But coming here on a vehicle, first time for me. See how this is. We'll say a lot of traffic, but you know, it's New York, what do you expect, right? And awesome. that light changed red, so when our light turns green, I still can't go in. Since I'm hoping to publish this on or around Veterans Day, I actually figured let me just take the time now to tell you all the difference between Veterans Day and Memorial Day, because so many people don't seem to understand the difference, and it blows my mind. Multiple times every year, I get messages on Memorial Day where people telling me Happy Memorial Day, thank you for my service, and all that. Which, don't get me wrong, is nice. It's never a bad thing for me to get thanked for my service. I appreciate it, although I feel like there's a lot more people out there who've given a lot more service, who are much more deserving than I am. But I always appreciate it nonetheless. Here's where the problem is. You don't thank people for their service on Memorial Day. It's not about me, it's not about the veterans that are around. What the hell is this guy doing? Yeah, Memorial Day is not about the veterans that are around. The whole point of Memorial Day is to celebrate and, more importantly, honor the veterans that aren't around. The veterans that, as we say, gave the ultimate sacrifice, which is their life. They've died serving their country. That's the point of Memorial Day. Veterans Day, on the other hand, is what some people think Memorial Day is, which is celebrating all veterans. Give you those that have passed on, those of us that are here, those that have gone on to retirement, which are, now veterans getting that paycheck every month, which that must be great. A little jealous. But yeah, so that's the difference between Veterans Day and Memorial Day. Is one's acknowledging the veterans we have, and the other is acknowledging the veterans that we've lost. One there. Every now and then I get bored and I like to zigzag like this. As far as I'm concerned, this is the equivalent of a little girl who's in a good mood and just wants to skip along. That's the motorcycle equivalent. Why am I in a good mood? Well, one, I'm out venturing. Two, I'm on a motorcycle. Like, what more do you need? In this last 5 minutes until we get to Tribute Park, I'm trying to think about what else I can talk about. So, continuing the Veterans Day theme, here's something that I'll mention. What the hell's over there? That's cool. Here's what I'll mention. Going back to thanking a veteran for the service, again, that's great. So many people say they support the veterans. That's great. But how much do you actually support veterans? What have you done for a veteran? Put it that way. If the answer is kind of nothing, I have a suggestion for you. There's a lot of things that the military community and veterans in specific that are no longer serving are suffering with, and I would say the two biggest things is general health care. The VA sucks, and I'm sorry to anyone who works at the VA. Maybe many of you are trying to do the right thing and do a good job, but overall the system as a whole is not working. There's people complaining about the VA all the time, the waits, everything else, things not getting approved. Helping veteran healthcare and donating to charities that are helping veterans in that sense is helpful. Much more helpful than thanking a veteran and sharing a nice Instagram or Facebook picture with a flag. And something that has been particularly important to me these past couple years is veteran suicide. Veteran suicide, more or less, has been going up these past 10 years, both active duty and reserves. And it's wrong. It's not that I want any veteran, any service member to die, but you expect them to die at the hands of an enemy. You know, from a bullet, from an IDE, something related to whatever. Yet there's veterans that are dying from their own hands. There are veterans that are killing themselves, and it's heartbreaking to me, and it's something that we need to fix. I don't know how. I don't have the answers, but I do know that there's organizations out there that are looking into this, trying to find those answers. And there's organizations that need your help. They need your money. So for any of these places, if money is what you have, if money is what you can donate, please do. That will help. But even if you don't have money, there's many of these organizations that you can donate your time. You know, it's not always just about money, but they actually need bodies. They need physical people there to help out and do various different activities. So if that's the way you can help, then great, do that. But if you want to celebrate Veterans Day and you want to say you support the troops, that's a way you can actually help celebrate and help veterans who need your help the most. Found some parking. Here we are, Tribute Park, and construction. Typical New York. Can't have anything nice. Well, this is nice though. Guess we could have some things nice. Dedicated to the everlasting memory of firefighter Stephen Russell, given by Engine 55 FDNY. Love and memory of firefighter Richie Allen. Just one wish, yesterday and you, the Allen family. That's nice. Given by something, utility sink. I'm not gonna even say that first word. Not gonna try. Steve Belson, living forever in our hearts. Mom, Bruce, and Jack. This is beautiful. And you see, this is what I mean. New York can be crazy, noisy, packed, angry sometimes, but then you always have these little gems that are hidden away in the city that are nice. You can see the skyline over there. This is really nice, really relaxing. Oh, didn't even notice there was a firefighter's hat on top of this rock. That's awesome. This piece of steel was recovered from what remained of the World Trade Center after the attack on September 11th, 2001. I'll close off with, I encourage you to go out, explore, and adventure in your own towns, your own neighborhoods, villages, townships, wherever you live. See what's out there. And if you like this kind of video, please let me know in the comments so that I can make some more. Have a good one.